Okay, there are a couple really important parts of the guitar, and I know you've had your guitar for a while and you've been waiting to get playing, so I'll teach you basically the different parts of the guitar and what they do. This is called the body, of course, is the main part of the guitar where you do most of your playing, other than the neck. This is the neck. These pieces right here are called frets. These are your tuners. These help you tune your guitar, as you know. These are your pickups. They're what pick up the sound and turn it into something that your amplifier can make sound from. This is the bridge. This is what holds your strings, different string heights. I'll go into that a little later. This is the volume knob. This controls the volume of your guitar. All the way down, volume down, all the way up, volume up. This is a tone knob. Now what the tone knob does is it doesn't add any sound, it subtracts sound. So when you turn it down, you're turning down the treble, which turns up the bass, and vice versa. When you turn it up, you're turning up the bass, or you're turning down the bass, which turns up the treble. This is your pickup selector. Yours is probably going to look a little different than mine. What this does is it picks which one of these is turned on. If I put it all the way to the top to rhythm, that turns on this pickup right here, which gives it kind of a low bass sound. If I set it in the middle, that sets both of them, which gives a combination of both sounds. If I set it to the bridge pickup, which is the pickup closest to the bridge, it gives it more of a treble sound, kind of a higher sound. I like to use this pickup when I'm doing more rock and roll kind of rhythm sets. I like to use the middle pickup set when I'm doing more acoustic style guitar playing, and I really like the neck pickup here when I'm playing that needs a low tone like blues or some country. So that's pretty much a good rundown of the guitar. Yours, you're going to string through the back, and when you string it through the back, you're going to take all your strings, and I usually lay them out on the ground first, and I lay them out fattest to skinniest. So I find the fattest string and set it down, and then I set the next fattest string next to it, and so on and so on and so on. So I have a graduated set of strings there laying on the ground. It makes it easy to grab them and throw them in the back when I'm ready to string it. My guitar is fairly easy to string because I can take off the string keeper and run them all through. Your guitar, you're going to string them through the back, roughly in this area right here. What you want to do is you want to start out with your E string, which is your heaviest string, the fattest string, and pull it out. And when you put it through the guitar, you're going to be looking at it like this, and it's going to be the top hole that the fattest string goes in. And you'll push it through the hole and make sure it goes through this area right here in the right spot, right next to what is called your tremolo. And then as you string the rest of your strings, you'll go second fattest, third fattest, and so on and so on and so on. So when you have them all pulled out through your tremolo and set across your bridge, you'll have the heaviest string on the top, your thickest string on top, all the way down to your thinnest string on the bottom. And when it's tuned, it'll go in this order. It'll go E, A, D, G, B, E. Again, that's E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now once you have all your strings pulled through and you're ready to tune your guitar, you want to make sure that it's running through the string keeper that is the top string for your E string. And of course you should always string your guitar with fresh strings if you can. Push the string through the tuner. And I usually give myself a little bit more extra string on the end here. But you want to get it fairly tight, about this tight, so you have enough loose string to get a couple turns on the tuner. That helps keep it in place while you're tuning and playing it. What I like to do is I like to hold the string and pull a little bit of tension on it as I tune it. And I hold that tension on it about to the point where it puts tension on my fingers on the neck. Once I get there, I go ahead and take them off and make sure that I have the string on the bridge in the correct spot before I get it too tightened up. I've broken a lot of strings tuning it without even realizing that the string wasn't in the bridge. So once you've got it in there loose, you just kind of keep on the tuner until it gives you a little bit of a tone so that you can hear it. See, I can hear the string, but I'm not tuning it. I know that it's on there, I know it's going to stay there, I know that it's not going to slip off the bridge or out of the tuner. And then I do the same for the rest of the strings all the way to the high E string. Okay, so here's a look at your tuner. Yours should probably look very similar to this with a dial indicator for your tuning gauge. Also red and green indicators. Green is when you've got an in tune. The red to the left is low. The red to the right is high. I'll start off by tuning my low E string, which will be the string towards the top of the guitar if you've got it either on a strap or in your lap. So it's reading that my low E string, or my low E string, is a little bit low. So I'll turn the tuner with a slight turn until I see that raise into the green mark with the dial indicator straight up. There we go. And if you're stringing new strings, it's always a good idea to take your finger, slip it slightly under the string and pull on it all the way up and down the neck and fret. And then retune it back to your E. And then I'll move on to the next string down, which will be the A string. Pretty on there, a little low. Slight tune. And as I'm tuning, I usually check mine with the power chord and or harmonics, which I'll teach you about later. Depending on what you're playing and your style of playing, you may tune it a little bit differently. But this is a good start. So then I'll move on to the D string, which will be your third string down. A little high. And if you tune it too high, it's always a good idea to tune back below and then tune back up to it. This will keep the string nice and tight and hopefully help you hold that note on that string for a little longer. Then I'll move on to the G string, which will be the fourth string down. Okay, so right there we should have the first four strings tuned. And up until the fifth string, all the tune and harmonics on the fifth fret. And if you notice at the fifth string, it drops one fret to the fourth. So then we'll tune the fifth string, which is the B string. And then the sixth string down, which is the very bottom string, and that's the high E. And that should pretty much put you in tune.